Hello golfers, Bryan Pate here. I have the Capto Easy unit already set up on the putter. What I want to do is go into the values and I want to talk about the face. So I'm going to select the options, clear all of them except for the face. Go ahead and push confirm. So all I have is the face number showed. So the face number, what that's giving us is relative to where the putter was starting the aim at when you made your stroke, how the putter face changed relative to the start. So if I set up to a golf ball right here, it says take address. If I hold it steady for a second, it says ready. If I looked at my phone on the outside, now there's a green mark. So I could either look at the unit, look at the phone, or just set up, give it a little pause. And if I make a stroke back and through, it gave me a beep. It said, okay, it registered that stroke. So if I look at the screen, it says minus 0.5. So relative to where my putter started at setup, it was only 0.5 degrees closed or pointing to the left for a right-handed golfer. If it was positive, it'd be to the right. So if I set up one more time, and on this one, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna intentionally open my club face into the golf ball. So I'm ready, made a stroke, and I opened the face so the ball went to the right. It gave me a beep, and now if I look at the screen, it says positive 7.2, and it's in red, which means it's outside the parameters that are set in the program. But the positive now says 0. Wherever this putter started at aim, the putter returned more open to wherever it started at the aim. So what we could do is start using this as some training. If I wanted to, one idea could be placing a tee out in front of me. Maybe it's 2-3 feet. This could also be, say, a ball mark or a coin down on the ground. Can I set up, aim at the tee? I'm ready, make a stroke. If it runs into the tee, I can look and say, okay, my face was minus 0.1. So pretty much where I aimed is where I returned the putter face. If I set up to one more, I'm going to aim this one out to the right. It says take address, ready, made a motion, and I close the face. Now it says minus 4.6, so I intentionally aimed to the right. On the way through, I close it enough, so now my face was pointing at the tee when it ran into the golf ball, so the ball ran into the tee, and I closed it by 4.6 degrees. If I did the same thing on the next one, I'm going to aim this one actually to the left. I'm going to try to keep my body lines pretty square. It says ready, made a stroke, and I opened it, gave me a beep. Now it says opened 5.1. So it started aiming left. On the way through, I opened it back up, but I opened it too much that now it missed to the right of the tee. So what we could do is use a tee a couple feet out in front of us on a straightish putt, so I'm not going across the slope. But if my ball is running into the tee, what it can do is give us some feedback. Okay, if it ran into the tee, I know my face was pointing at the tee when it ran into the golf ball. Now what did the numbers predict? So was it positive, which would be my face started more to the right and returned back to straight? Was it negative, if it was positive, my face was pointing to the left and I opened it back up. If it's negative, it started pointing to the right and I closed it down. So a couple ways you could do with the training using the program. Can you Goldilocks it where I aimed to the right and got to hit the tee, aimed to the left, got to hit the tee, aimed straight, got to hit the tee? Or can we just set up here, aim however you normally do, make some motions and see if the number on the screen is staying pretty consistent. We don't want something that's jumping too far left or too far right, but if I aim my putter the same every time, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, my brain's gonna know how to return that putter back to square in order to hit the tee. Other ways we can do it, if we're inside or outside, we could use a ruler. That way on the back of the ruler, I can aim the putter face to the back edge, so it keeps giving me kind of a 0 starting point. Now as it's rolling off the ruler, I'm probably returning it back to a pretty square. If it's rolling off the ruler to the left, well, I've closed the face, or the number on the screen would be negative. If it rolled off the right, I probably open the face and it would go to the right. So ways of using the technology to help give us feedback of what that putter did. So if I was hitting this golf ball, say to that far pin, and I'm gonna scoot over here, so there's a little bit of break to the right. So I'm gonna aim my putter somewhere out to the left. Easy unit says ready. If I made a stroke, I got the beep. A little bit more speed might have went in, or I needed a little bit more break, aiming more to the left. But if I look at the screen, it says 0.1 to the left, negative. So I barely closed the face. So for me, it could tell me that I aimed my putter maybe where I wanted to. I started the golf ball where I aimed my putter, but I just didn't play enough break or didn't have enough speed, so it didn't curve as much. So there's a practical way of using it, putting the hole, that if I'm on a straight putt, a left to right, right to left, how does my face change over those different breaks? Does a right to left, it's always open? Is a left to right always closed? Are they all different? So using the technology to help give you feedback, so when you're practicing, you know what you're working on.